First encounter. Sight before taste. The sauce is pale gold.
Color sits between ivory and straw. Not too yellow, not pale.
Butter is visible in the tone. The warmth reads as dairy.
The surface has a clean sheen. Light softens across the top.
The sauce flows like heavy cream. It pools without spreading fast.
It holds a boundary. It does not stand stiff.
A spoon leaves a clean trail. The trail closes slowly.
Sheen shows stable emulsion. Dull surfaces warn of failure.
Too thin means a weak emulsion. Too thick means over-reduction.
Separation is visible immediately. Oil pools at the edge.
The eye reads the surface fast. Chefs decide in seconds.
Appearance predicts texture. It signals what the mouth will feel.
The sauce must be intact. No grain, no curd.
A dull matte look is a warning. It suggests unstable fat.
Good Bearnaise signals control. The surface stays uniform.
The diner reads the promise. Sight builds expectation.
The plate holds the pool. Edges remain defined.
A warm sheen suggests butterfat. Light softens in the gloss.
Thickness shows reduction balance. Too reduced turns heavy.
A thin sauce runs off fast. It cannot coat the food.
Separation shows temperature abuse. It signals improper mixing.
The aroma arrives before taste. Comes in layers.
Tarragon leads the nose. The anise note is clear.
French tarragon is distinct. The aroma is delicate.
Dried tarragon fades fast. Fresh leaves carry complexity.
Shallot follows in the aroma. Sweet and sharp together.
Heat transforms the shallot. Harsh notes soften.
Reduction concentrates sweetness. It removes harsh sulfur.
Butter aroma anchors the sauce. It is warm and dairy.
Clarified butter removes water. Only fat remains.
3 aromatics combine. Herb, allium, dairy.
The nose prepares for taste. Anticipation begins before eating.
Aroma is clean and integrated. No single note dominates.
Aroma lingers briefly. It stays in memory.
The moment before taste is brief. It is still decisive.
Service timing matters. The sauce must arrive warm.
The cook feels the handoff. Judgment is immediate.
The maker shares the anticipation. The diner shares it too.
The spoon nears the tongue. Focus narrows to the moment.
The pause is brief. Carries high attention.
This is not hunger. It is trained appetite.
The sauce carries technique. It also carries tradition.
The craft compresses into seconds. The serving moment is tight.
The spoon meets the tongue. Texture speaks first.
The sensation begins with coating. It stays present, not heavy.
Texture is the first message. Coats without clinging.
It is not a cream sauce. It is a yolk emulsion.
Butterfat is suspended in yolk. Droplets stay evenly dispersed.
Droplet size drives mouthfeel. Target is 1 to 10 micrometers.
Large droplets feel grainy. Small droplets feel thin.
The sheen confirms dispersion. The spoon feel confirms it.
The sauce resists then yields. It holds for a beat.
Warmth releases aromatics over time. The taste unfolds in seconds.
Initial coolness gives way to warmth. Body heat drives release.
The sauce is active with heat. It is not inert.
Serving window is narrow. Target is 50 to 60 C.
Above 65 C, yolk curdles. Grain appears fast.
Below 50 C, butter firms. The emulsion breaks.
Balance is maintained at the bain-marie. The bowl never touches boiling water.
Thermos holding is a last resort. It buys minutes, not hours.
Re-whisking prevents stratification. Keeps the emulsion even.
The sauce arrives active. It responds to pressure and heat.
The finish is clean. Acidity cuts the fat.
Acid comes from the reduction. Wine and vinegar are concentrated.
Acid is integrated, not added later. It balances richness.
The finish lingers in seconds. It does not fatigue the palate.
A good finish invites the next bite. It leaves desire, not satiety.
The sauce echoes familiar comfort. Butter and egg recall childhood.
Technique elevates familiar flavors. The memory is refined.
Reference and improvement happen together. The memory sets a new standard.
The tradition dates to 1837. Each batch joins that line.
The butter egg base is primal. It signals nourishment.
Crafted pleasure is deliberate. It is not manipulation.
Emulsion is a controlled gamble. Failure is always near.
Common failures are known. Heat, pace, and ratio matter.
Each success confirms competence. The reward feels earned.
Peak service creates focus. Only the bowl and whisk exist.
Each batch carries the maker's hand. Small choices shape the result.
No batch is identical. The moment is singular.
The guest receives a unique act. Skill becomes memory.
1837. Pavilion Henri IV in Saint-Germain-en-Laye. The hotel stood on the Chateau Neuf foundations.
Louis XIV was born here in 1638. The dining room carried this royal history.
The Paris, Saint-Lazare to Le Pec Railway opened. Its inauguration drew officials and crowds.
The inauguration banquet was staged at the Pavilion Henri IV. Service was formal and closely watched.
The kitchen faced intense timing pressure. Every plate had to match the ceremony.
Chef Jean-Louis François Collinet led the brigade. A shallot reduction was going wrong.
The reduction ran too far and risked burning. Accounts differ on the exact failure.
Collinet added butter to the compromised reduction. He prepared to bind it with yolks.
Whisking created a stable emulsion. The failed base became a new sauce.
Emulsion sauces already existed in French kitchens. Hollandaise was the model.
Collinet applied the technique to a shallot herb reduction. Vinegar and wine replaced lemon.
The flavor shifted toward tarragon and shallot. The texture stayed glossy and thick.
The result was a distinct variation. Proved more versatile than its parent sauce.
Culinary innovation often starts with salvage. A preparation goes wrong under service pressure.
Cooks know reductions that overcook. They know hollandaise that threatens to split.
Improvisation replaces procedure in these moments. The decision is immediate.
Collinet treated the failed reduction as the acidic base. He shifted its role in the recipe.
Service pressure forced rapid choices. The rescue became the plan.
The result was a new sauce, not a repair. It outlasted the banquet.
Egg yolk lecithin binds water and fat. Gentle heat activates the emulsifier.
Whisking disperses butter into tiny droplets. The mixture turns glossy and stable.
The emulsion suspends fat in the reduction. It holds without separating.
The sauce gains thickness without flour. Texture comes from the yolks.
Temperature control keeps yolks from curdling. Chefs work just above a warm simmer.
The technique depends on steady motion. Hands and wrists do the work.
The preparation became a French classic. Its origin stayed tied to 1837.
The name was linked to a bust of Henri IV in the dining room. The statue dominated the space.
Henri IV was born in Pau, in Béarn. He was called Le Grand Bearnaise.
Henri IV was known as a gourmet. A popular story credits him with a chicken in every pot.
The feminine form Bearnaise follows French convention for sauces. It means in the manner of Béarn, not the king's own sauce.
The name honored the restaurant's royal theme. It tied the sauce to region and lineage.
The designation was memorable and marketable. It helped the sauce travel beyond the hotel.
The bust became a symbolic audience. It set a standard of excellence for the room.
French kitchens often named sauces for people or places. Bearnaise fit that pattern of homage.
The history mixes oral tradition with documents. Early records are sparse.
Jules Gouff published a Bearnaise recipe in 1867. It appeared in Le Livre de Cuisine.
Gouff's version included meat glaze. Its herb handling differed from later standards.
Scholars debate evolution versus regional variation. Some see personal adaptation.
The first print appearance is about 30 years after 1837. That gap fuels debate.
Some view the gap as a guarded kitchen secret. Others argue for a later origin.
The Pavilion Henri IV kept the Colonnet story alive. Its executive chef still publishes the traditional recipe.
Institutional continuity supports the 1837 date. The lack of contemporary documents leaves skepticism.
Alexandre Dumas wrote extensively on food. His Grand Dictionnaire de Cuisine appeared in 1873.
Dumas recorded sauce écalote à la Bearnaise. His version used oil instead of butter.
He specified good vinegar from Orleans. The detail signals regional preference.
It is unknown if Dumas learned the recipe from Colonnet. His inclusion shows Bearnaise was recognized by the 1870s.
Olive oil versions may be prototypes or regional variants. Later codification favored the butter standard.
Provençal and southwestern kitchens used oil, vinegar, and herbs. These emulsions resemble early Bearnaise structures.
Colonet's specific combination used clarified butter. Shallot, white wine vinegar, tarragon, and chervil were key.
Butter and oil reflect regional economies. Northern dairy faced Mediterranean olives.
Butter was a luxury in the north. Oil was practical in the south.
Standardization around butter was a choice. It shaped the sauce's identity.
The same 1837 banquet produced soufflé potatoes. A temperature mistake led to a second fry and a puffed result.
Inaugural events demanded invention under a fixed date. Carême and Escoffier both worked under similar pressure. The railway banquet allowed no rehearsal.
The railway symbolized modern progress. The sauce and potatoes outlasted the line that launched them. Chapter 3 compares Bearnaise and Hollandaise. Both are warm emulsions of yolk, butter, and acid.
The shared base is egg yolk, butter, and acid. The structure depends on stable emulsification.
The texture is thick and glossy. Heat or time can break the emulsion.
Both sauces are cooked over a bain-marie. Gentle heat protects the yolks from curdling.
Continuous whisking is required. Mechanical agitation keeps fat dispersed.
Clarified butter gives the most stable result. Hollandaise tolerates whole butter more easily.
Bearnaise carries tarragon and shallot aromas. Hollandaise stays brighter and simpler.
Both sauces are sensitive to temperature. Overheating causes separation and grainy texture.
The shared base creates a clear resemblance. The differences come from aromatics.
Tasting is the fastest comparison. Chefs note richness and acidity in each.
The whisk builds the emulsion. Small droplets create a stable sauce.
Classical kitchens use double boilers for safety. The setup keeps heat indirect and controlled.
Hollandaise tastes clean and lemon-forward. Bearnaise adds deeper herbal notes.
The main divergence is the acid source. Lemon juice is replaced by a vinegar reduction.
Lemon juice gives sharp, direct acidity. It keeps hollandaise simple.
Bearnaise starts with vinegar, wine, shallots, and tarragon stems. The mixture is reduced before emulsifying.
Crushed pepper is added to the reduction. Aromatics extract during the simmer.
The reduction cooks until nearly dry. It becomes a concentrated aromatic base.
Escoffier listed hollandaise as the fifth mother sauce. The status formalized its foundational role.
Bearnaise is classified as a small sauce. It is a derivative of hollandaise.
In practice, Bearnaise often leads the lineup. Its use can surpass its parent sauce.
Preparing Bearnaise is a skill test. Heat control and timing are critical.
Comparisons are made at the table. Bearnaise reads more herbal than hollandaise.
Hollandaise is smooth and pale. Bearnaise shows green herb flecks.
Both sauces must be held warm, not hot. They degrade quickly after service.
Shallots are minced very fine. Smaller pieces extract faster.
The dice should be even. Uniform size prevents harsh bits.
Peppercorns are crushed for the reduction. Whole pepper gives cleaner aromatics than powder.
White wine vinegar and dry white wine are combined. Shallots and tarragon stems are added next.
The mixture simmers gently. It reduces to a nearly dry base.
The cook stops at near dryness. A spoon leaves clear tracks.
Raw shallot sharpness fades in the reduction. The aroma becomes rounded.
Vinegar provides direct tartness. Wine adds depth and subtle sweetness.
Heat and acid soften the shallots. The texture turns tender.
Fresh tarragon is required. Dry tarragon lacks the key oils.
Stems are tougher and aromatic. Leaves are delicate and bright.
Stems go into the reduction early. They release oils over time.
Leaves are added at the end. Brief heat protects their aroma.
Herb oils sit on the surface. Fine green flecks signal proper infusion.
Chervil is a delicate parsley cousin. Many recipes omit it.
Chervil is added at the last moment. Heat quickly damages its aroma.
With chervil, the herb layer is broader. Without it, the profile flattens.
Finished Bearnaise is glossy and thick. Coats a spoon in a ribbon.
Herbs are folded in off the heat. The emulsion stays stable.
The surface should be smooth and elastic. Sheen indicates proper dispersion.
Bearnaise is served immediately. It is tasted with grilled meats.
Holding time is short. The sauce must stay warm and moving.
Bearnaise has a small set of descendants. Choron, Foyot, and Poloise are the main names.
Sauce choron adds tomato concentrate. The color shifts toward orange-red.
Tomato concentrate is added in small amounts. It should complement, not dominate.
Choron is more assertive than Bearnaise. It pairs well with grilled meats.
Tasting shows higher tomato acidity and umami. The finish is stronger.
Restraint is essential for choron. Measure in tablespoons, not cups.
Sauce Foyot adds meat glaze to Bearnaise. It is the most intense derivative.
Glacé de viande is heavily reduced. Gelatin adds body and thickness.
A spoon of glaze darkens the base. Texture becomes heavier and richer.
Foyot is served with rich cuts of meat. It is reserved for indulgent menus.
The mouthfeel is dense and sticky. Coating is thicker than standard Bearnaise.
Sauce Poids replaces tarragon with mint. It is linked to Pau and Béarn.
Some chefs accept it as regional variation. Others reject it as a departure.
Mint shifts the aroma to cool and fresh. The emulsion technique stays the same.
Poids pairs well with lamb and spring vegetables. It can clash with other dishes.
Preferred mints are delicate varieties. Spearmint is avoided. Apple and pineapple mint are common.
The lineage remains small and defined. Each variant keeps the same emulsion base.
Bearnaise remains the standard in this line. The descendants serve specific contexts.
Clarified butter is mandatory for Bearnaise. Whole butter brings water and milk proteins that destabilize emulsion.
Standard butter is 16 to 18% water. Steam pockets can break the yolk emulsion.
Milk proteins can burn and turn bitter. Clarification removes them before they scorch.
Clarification starts with a heavy pot and low heat. The butter melts without agitation.
Foam rises as moisture escapes. Skim it or let it dissipate.
Milk solids sink and settle. Keep heat low to avoid browning.
Some cooks allow slight browning for a nutty note. Others keep it pale for neutrality.
The goal is a clean, translucent fat. Sediment must stay behind.
Decant slowly to avoid disturbing solids. The top layer should be clear and golden.
Hold the butter warm, not hot. It must flow but not cook the yolks.
Too hot and the yolks scramble on contact. Too cool and the fat refuses to emulsify.
Butter is held near heat, not on it. Small adjustments keep it in range.
Bearnaise cannot be made far in advance. Service demands constant attention.
The hand is a reliable thermometer. Warm but not painful is the target.
A stable hold prevents cooling during emulsion. The butter stays liquid the whole time.
Clarified butter is clean fat, nothing else. It supports herbs instead of competing.
Skimming reduces foam and moisture. The surface becomes clear.
Clarified butter holds its temperature with care. It is a constant during service.
Clarified butter is translucent and pure. The color should be pale gold.
A calm station supports careful technique. Clarification sets the pace for the rest.
Reduction begins with fine shallot work. Pieces must be small and even.
Too coarse and the shallot stays sharp. Too fine and it can burn.
The goal is near paste, not paste. The pieces should disappear in the sauce.
Knife work must be consistent and fast. It frees attention for heat control.
Shallots go into the pan with vinegar and wine. The liquid should cover them lightly.
Vinegar brings sharp acidity. White wine adds depth and sweetness.
Equal parts are common. Some cooks favor a little more vinegar.
Champagne vinegar is an option. Quality matters more than brand.
Tarragon stems go in early. They can handle heat without breaking down.
Stems infuse essential oils. Leaves are saved for the finish.
Reduction must be simmered slowly. The goal is flavor concentration.
Watch the bubbles change as it thickens. Aroma is the first warning of overreduction.
Reduce to au sec, nearly dry. Only 1 to 2 tablespoons remain.
Over-reduction scorches quickly. Bitterness cannot be fixed later.
Strain out the tarragon stems. Fragments in the sauce show poor care.
The reduction is a flavor bed. It must survive dilution by butter.
The aroma should be sharp but rounded. No harsh burn should remain.
Shallots should turn translucent. That is the sign of proper reduction.
Transfer the reduction to cool slightly. It must not cook the yolks.
Reduction volume is small but powerful. That concentration is required.
Sabayon begins with yolks and reduction. They are whisked over gentle heat.
The bowl sits over simmering water. Steam gives indirect control.
Use a figure-8 whisking motion. It heats evenly and adds air.
The yolks are near coagulation. Attention must not break.
Lift the bowl on and off heat. This controls temperature in seconds.
Ribbon stage is the key visual cue. The mix falls in lasting trails.
Color shifts from yellow to pale gold. Volume increases noticeably.
The texture becomes foamy and light. This is the base for emulsification.
65 degrees Celsius is the limit. Above that, curdling starts.
Touch the bowl to gauge heat. It should be hot but bearable.
Lower heat allows more time. Higher heat demands speed.
Remove the bowl as soon as ribbon forms. Residual heat keeps cooking.
The sabayon should be smooth and stable. No graininess should appear.
Whisking should be continuous. Stops create hot spots and curdling.
The sabayon is light but cohesive. It can support butter droplets.
The bowl should never boil. Boiling steam is too aggressive.
Lift the whisk to check trails. The pattern should hold briefly.
The mix should feel warm, not hot. The goal is control, not speed.
Once ready, move to emulsion immediately. Delay risks overcooking.
The sabayon is the base of the sauce. Everything after depends on it.
Start with single drops of butter. This builds the first emulsion.
Too much butter too fast breaks the base. Patience is required in the first minute.
Once stable, use a thin stream. Keep whisking without pause.
Butter must be warm, not hot. Heat still matters during emulsion.
If the sauce thins, slow the stream. If it thickens, increase it.
The color lightens as fat disperses. The sauce becomes glossy and thick.
Keep the bowl warm during whisking. Cold bowls slow emulsification.
Emulsion is a balance of fat and yolk. Excess fat breaks it.
The whisking motion must adapt. Thicker sauce needs wider strokes.
The sauce should remain smooth and glossy. No oil should bead on top.
Fresh tarragon and chervil go in last. Heat would destroy their oils.
Herbs should be chopped right before use. Holding them dulls aroma.
Herb flecks should be visible. Distribution must be even.
Season with quality salt at the end. Adjust for balance of acid and butter.
The finished sauce should coat a spoon. It should not run thin.
Keep the sauce warm during service. Do not return it to direct heat.
Tasting confirms balance. Adjust with a final pinch of salt or acid.
A steady hand keeps the emulsion stable. This is the moment of completion.
The sauce should be served immediately. Quality declines with time.
Bearnaise is a live emulsion. It demands continuous care.
Breaking starts with loss of sheen. The surface turns dull and matte.
Fat droplets appear on the surface. This is early separation.
Complete break shows fat pooling above solids. The texture becomes grainy.
Common causes are overheating and fast pouring. Too little yolk can also break it.
Cold water can rescue early breaking. Add a small amount and whisk hard.
The water cools the yolks and dilutes fat. Results are often temporary.
If it fails, start with a fresh yolk. Use a clean bowl.
Add the broken sauce drop by drop. Treat it like clarified butter.
Rescued sauce is richer and yolk-heavy. It can still serve the table.
Rescue teaches how emulsions behave. Failure is part of the craft.
Chapter 5 focuses on corruptions of Bearnaise. Dijon mustard is the most widespread misuse.
Many modern recipes include Dijon mustard. Authentic Bearnaise does not.
Cookbooks list Dijon as a standard ingredient. That listing is historically inaccurate.
The pattern is repeated online and in print. Repetition has made the error common.
Colinette's original preparation omits mustard. Buffet's 1867 recipe omits it as well.
Dumas includes Bearnaise in 1873. Mustard is absent there too.
Mustard appears in recipes in the mid-20th century. Its entry is late and non-traditional.
Some confuse Bearnaise with sauce Dijonnaise. They are distinct sauces.
American cooking culture often adds mustard broadly. That habit spread into Bearnaise recipes.
The addition changes the sauce at the start. The product is no longer authentic Bearnaise.
Authentic Bearnaise relies on yolk, butter, and reduction. Mustard alters the base formula.
Historical sources are consistent. Mustard is not part of the tradition.
The mustard version can taste strong. Strength is not the traditional aim.
The name Bearnaise signals a specific preparation. Mustard additions break that expectation.
Dijon adds pungency and heat. It overwhelms the shallot and tarragon notes.
Mustard delivers a frontal sharpness. Layered acidity is flattened.
Butter richness should be rounded. Mustard cuts too aggressively.
Mustard contains emulsifying compounds. They can interfere with yolk lecithin and destabilize.
A sauce can look stable at first. It may break during service or on the plate.
The result may be tasty. It is still not Bearnaise.
Authentic Bearnaise relies on proper technique. Stability comes from gradual emulsification.
The defense is a commitment to balance. Richness and herb freshness should coexist.
Mustard replaces subtlety with intensity. That trait changes the sauce's character.
The name carries defined expectations. Serving a different sauce misleads diners.
Preference for mustard is a personal choice. Claims of equivalence are inaccurate.
Side-by-side tasting shows the difference. The authentic version is more balanced.
Cayenne or Tabasco is added in some Bearnaise recipes. This use is another corruption.
Tabasco adds vinegar heat and chili intensity. It dominates the sauce.
Some recipes list cayenne as optional. Few make it standard.
Heat can mask weak technique. Sensation replaces subtlety.
The authentic pepper is white. It is used with restraint.
White pepper goes into the reduction. Its flavor integrates into the base.
The quantity is small. A pinch is sufficient.
The warmth stays in the background. It does not announce itself.
White pepper complements butter and herbs. Cayenne competes with them.
Restraint follows tradition. Tradition reflects accumulated testing.
Generations of cooks kept what worked. They eliminated excess heat.
Additions carry the burden of proof. Cayenne and Tabasco have not met it.
Aggressive spice hides flaws. It does not improve structure.
A hot version can taste forceful. It is not authentic Bearnaise.
Lemon juice is a common substitution. It avoids making a reduction.
Lemon is immediate and bright. The cost is loss of layered acidity.
Authentic Bearnaise uses white wine vinegar. The reduction includes shallot and tarragon stem.
Reduction concentrates vinegar, wine, pepper, and herbs. The flavors integrate through cooking.
Lemon juice is sharp and direct. It cannot reproduce the reduction.
The reduction requires time. That time defines the sauce.
The lemon version looks similar. It behaves like hollandaise with herbs.
The shortcut reflects convenience culture. Quality is reduced.
Dried tarragon is a compromise. It removes the sauce's freshness.
Drying strips volatile oils. The flavor becomes dull and hay-like.
Fresh tarragon needs careful handling. Leaves should be stripped just before use.
Heat, air, and time destroy the oils. Immediate use preserves character.
Frozen tarragon is a middle ground. It is acceptable only when fresh is unavailable.
Frozen herbs are mitigation, not virtue. They are not equivalent to fresh.
The sauce cannot exceed its ingredients. Using inferior herbs saves cost now but harms reputation later.
Professional kitchens should seek fresh herbs. Substitutes should be labeled as compromises.
Immersion blenders create a mechanical emulsion. The texture is uniform and lacks hand-whisked character.
Jarred Bearnaise is industrial and shelf-stable. Stability comes from chemical emulsifiers.
Jarred versions share color but not craft. Trained palates detect the loss.
Critics call the process fussy. The effort is required to reach the authentic result.
Service timing is strict. Bearnaise cannot wait long. The window between ready and broken is short.
Holding temperature too long risks curdling. Excess movement can break the emulsion.
Time reduces flavor through oxidation. Food safety clocks keep running during holding.
The kitchen avoids full a la minute production. Bearnaise needs 15 to 20 minutes of attention.
Professional service relies on planning. The saucier makes small batches through the rush.
Small batches repeat through service. Quantity follows the ticket flow.
Modern brigades are smaller than classical ones. One cook often covers multiple stations.
Staged prep replaces a full-time saucier. The reduction is finished early and held.
Clarified butter is held warm. The temperature is checked before each batch.
Final emulsion is executed in batches. Batch size tracks forecast demand.
Forecasting starts with reservations. Walk-ins add uncertainty to the count.
The pass calls for sauce on demand. The saucier reacts in minutes.
Batch timing shifts with grill pace. Proteins drive the clock in service.
Tickets stack during rush. Sauce output must stay even.
When demand spikes, batches shrink. Smaller batches keep freshness higher.
When demand drops, holding time increases. Quality drops faster as time extends.
The kitchen tracks sauce temperature. 50 to 60 Celsius is the target range.
Thermometers sit at the bain-marie. Staff checks the pots every few minutes.
Lids stay loose to avoid condensation. Extra moisture thins the emulsion.
A dedicated cook watches the sauce. Attention prevents failure in service.
Insulated thermos holding preserves warmth briefly. It is used when immediate service is impossible.
Holding saves time in high volume. It sacrifices freshness and lift.
Aeration drops during holding. Texture becomes denser and heavier.
Herb aroma fades inside the thermos. Tarragon looks duller after holding.
Emulsion weakens with time. Separation starts at the edges.
Teams keep holding time brief. Each batch is tracked by start time.
Temperature is monitored in the container. The acceptable window is narrow.
Thermos use is a compromise. It is not standard practice in fine service.
Restaurants still prefer new batches. Old sauce is discarded without hesitation.
The goal is acceptable quality in high volume. Fresh sauce remains the target.
Cooled Bearnaise can be reheated. The process is risky and unforgiving.
The sauce returns to a clean bowl. Residue increases the chance of breaking.
Heat is gentle and indirect. A bain-marie is the standard tool.
Whisking is constant during reheat. The cook cannot step away.
Temperature stays below curdling. The margin for error is small.
If it warms too fast, it breaks. Rescue or restart follows immediately.
Reheated sauce is never equal to fresh. Emulsion stress shows in the texture.
Herbs taste older after reheating. Brightness drops even with good technique.
Professional kitchens avoid reheating. They restart instead when possible.
Inattention breaks the sauce. Service punishes mistakes fast.
Tournedos en Riz is the original pairing. Beef tenderloin sits on fried bread with marrow.
Tenderloin is mild and accepts sauce. Fried bread adds texture and structure.
Marrow adds richness without overpowering. The sauce acidity keeps balance.
The crouton absorbs meat juices and sauce. It holds the final bites together.
Grilled filet mignon is the most demanded pairing. The beef must be aged and cooked to order.
The grill must be hot for Maillard browning. The crust provides flavor and visual appeal.
Sauce must be warm and fluid. It should be generous without drowning the meat.
The contrast is hot meat and warm sauce. Pale gold against dark crust is the visual cue.
Poached salmon is delicate and subtle. Bearnaise enhances without domination.
Warm sauce meets warm fish. The salmon must be precisely cooked.
Bearnaise adapts to delicate proteins. Salmon must be neither raw nor overdone.
Asparagus has a slight bitterness and bite. It earns sauce through its own character.
The classical treatment is thick spears with warm sauce. The pairing is tied to spring service.
Eggs Benedict uses hollandaise by default. Bearnaise creates a named variation.
Smoked salmon is a common Benedict variation. The service remains immediate and precise.
Presentation balances pool versus drizzle. Generosity cannot bury the protein.
Pooling keeps sauce beside or under the protein. The diner controls contact with each bite.
Pooling respects the integrity of the meat. The diner can taste both sauced and plain.
Drizzle creates controlled lines across the plate. It is a more contemporary aesthetic.
Drizzle needs precise sauce temperature. 2 cool clumps, 2 warm spreads.
Temperature contrast drives the eating experience. Warm sauce meets hot meat and rested vegetables.
The sauce sits at 50 to 60 Celsius. The pass coordinates all temperatures at once.
The visual signature is pale gold and green flecks. It should sit against a charred crust.
Plating should preserve the sauce color. Herb flecks must remain visible.
The plate should show care before the first bite. Service finishes the work of the kitchen.
Fernand Point of La Pyramide reduced Bearnaise to one sentence. A Bearnaise is only an egg yolk, a shallot, and a little tarragon.
He added that perfection takes years of practice. The line became a standard reference for classical cooks.
The word only does the work. It says the sauce is not built from many components.
Egg yolk, shallot, and tarragon are common and affordable. Any cook can buy them at an ordinary market.
The ingredients are humble in cost and status. The result depends on technique, not rarity.
Few elements increase the demand on execution. The transformation is simple on paper and hard in practice.
This paradox defines Bearnaise. Simple items require exact control.
Years of practice are the corrective. Easy access does not mean easy execution.
Perfection is not from recipe following. It comes from embodied knowledge built by repetition.
That knowledge grows through failure, adjustment, and refinement. Each batch adds to judgment.
A cook who has made thousands feels the right temperature and timing. Seasoning judgment comes from experience.
Bearnaise has few elements. Fewer elements demand precision at every step.
Other sauces can compensate with extra components. Bearnaise offers no such balance.
Each component must be prepared and combined precisely. Success depends on correct execution at each stage.
The first stage of teaching is watching. The apprentice studies the master from start to finish.
This observation can last weeks or months. The apprentice may not touch ingredients during this time.
The goal is to build mental models of the process. Expectations are set before any attempt.
Visual and procedural knowledge accumulates in silence. The apprentice learns the rhythm of the work.
The master performs with heightened attention while being watched. Ideal form is shown deliberately.
This transmission predates written recipes. Craft moves through direct demonstration.
The apprentice records details in memory and notes. The stage ends when the master allows hands-on.
The first attempt is usually disappointing. The apprentice's hand tires from continuous whisking.
Temperature judgment is unreliable at first. Butter timing that looks simple becomes complex.
The sauce often curdles or separates. Failure sets the baseline for improvement.
The master allows the failure to stand. Intervention is limited on purpose.
The humiliation is part of training. Direct experience teaches what words cannot.
Repetition follows. Hundreds of sauces and thousands of strokes. Corrections become routine.
The hand learns the resistance of a thickened sabayon. It recognizes the right pull on the whisk.
The eye learns the sheen of a stable emulsion. The nose detects the moment a reduction is ready.
Progress is not linear. Plateaus and sudden breakthroughs are common.
The master guides during frustration and steps back when ready. Independence comes as capability stabilizes.
The number of sauces required varies by person. The overall pattern remains consistent.
A moment arrives when the sauce is genuinely good. Both master and apprentice recognize it.
The result can be indistinguishable from the master's. This marks the shift to practitioner.
It is not the end of learning. Years of practice still remain.
The apprentice earns the right to make the sauce in the master's name. They carry a line through point, escoffier, and colonnette.
Each service is a renewal. Yesterday's success does not guarantee today.
Every batch demands the same attention. The cook must be ready to begin again.
This is the condition of craft. Each performance must meet the best standard.
The cook returns to the bain-marie night after night. The skill stays alive through repetition.
The risk of failure keeps the cook alert. This is engagement, not anxiety.
The guest's face shows recognition, pleasure, and surprise. It appears when quality is earned.
Shortcuts do not create that reaction. Only real execution produces it.
The cook sees the response and carries it forward. It fuels the next service.
Craft service creates experience beyond the transaction. Human attention adds value that efficiency cannot.
This is the satisfaction of doing it right for someone else. It is visible in the dining room.
There is private satisfaction when the emulsion holds. Tradition is honored and pleasure is delivered.
That confirmation stands even without praise. It becomes an internal standard.
Satisfaction accumulates across years of practice. Craft continues because it remains worth doing.
Each generation chooses to take on the demands. The commitment is voluntary.
We return to this sauce and teach it to those who follow. It is a practice, not just a recipe.
Making it well respects the guest and the tradition. Making it badly breaks both.
The choice is renewed every service. It defines who we are as cooks and as people.